Okay, welcome to another arcPro video. So in this video, we're going to talk about the clip tool. I'm going to show you two different useful ways, I think, to use the clip tool. What we have here is some watersheds. These are watershed outlines. This is in Virginia. I have the base map turned off just so there's less clutter. And then we also have some forest roads. So these red lines are forest roads. And what I want is just the forest roads in this watershed here. So I need to do two things. I need to isolate, make a shapefile basically of just this watershed. And then I want to use that watershed outline to clip so that I only have the roads in that watershed. And so we're going to do this with two clips. We're going to use the clip tool in two different ways. The first one is to isolate this watershed. So if I go to my map, the map tab here, and then I'm going to click select, and I'm just going to click the select tool. You could do select by rectangle or whatever you want. And I'm going to click on that watershed outline, and you can see that it's now highlighted. And what we're basically going to do is clip the watershed shapefile by itself. And remember, when we perform any operation, if we have something selected, then it only operates on that. So because you're clipping it by itself and the only thing that's selected is this one watershed, it's going to spit out that one watershed. So let's look at how this is going to work. So we're going to use the clip tool, and often in these demos I just search for it up in the search, which you can totally do, but I'm going to navigate to it just to show how that would work. So we're going to go to the analysis tab, click tools, and then it brings up the toolbox, different toolboxes. We're going to click analysis tools, and then clip is an extract tool, and we can see the clip. So I'm going to click clip. Our input feature is going to be our watersheds, and our clip feature, what we're going to clip by, is also our watersheds. But remember, because we have this selected, it's only operating on this one. So it's just clipping out that individual watershed. We can just leave it as watersheds clip for the name. So run. And you can see that it popped up here. So I'm going to turn off the big watersheds. And you can see that because we highlighted that one watershed and clipped, now this is the only one that we have. So the next thing that I want to do is I just want the roads that are within that watershed. So in this instance, I'm going to use the clip tool again, but the input feature that I want to use is our forest roads, right? And then we want, remember, this is like using a cookie cutter, where this is the cookie cutter, and I just want the things inside of it. And so I want to be sure to use that watershed, so the one that's that we just isolated. And then we can change the name to roads in watershed. Sure, that works. Okay, so this is going to punch out, and you're just going to have the roads in that watershed. So we can turn off the full roads, and now you can see we just have the roads that are within that watershed. So that's two different ways that you can use the clip tool. This is a great way to pull out data from a larger data set, especially if it's, you have a really enormous data set and you just need to use a small portion of it so that you can run things faster, etc. So hope that's helpful.